Story time, kids!
What's the story today, Grandma?
Well, let's find out. What's Caillou up to now? Today's story is called Caillou's Rainy Day.
We are going to run a few errands to
DVD. We can watch it tonight.
Either that or X-Men Apocalypse. X-Men!
I'd like to see Moonlight.
She wasn't talking to you, Heidi.
It's game day, and the Rockville Gorilla Stars are coming to the Sharks.
But now, it's time to visit your bed.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Lucy. This is I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This episode...
Who tried to steal the painting? Where?
I think we have time for a story before your bus comes. Now, why don't we see what Caillou's up to today? Well, it's a story called Caillou's School Bus. Caillou didn't go to school yet, but every day he waited to see the school bus.
Morning, Peace Nickel.
Have you ever tried horse meat? They eat it raw in Japan, and...
Come on, guys, we don't want to be late.
Well, that's enough baby talk for one night, I think. Ready for bed, Lucy?
Okay. Good night.
Good night, Lucy.
Hubert, great work on the cafeteria.
I know it seems impossible.
Roger, have you seen...
Anyone up for a story?
Come and sit by the fire. It's nice and cozy.
Let's start. Tonight's story is called Caillou's Snowman.
Gotta go jingle. No,
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Mr. Gordon?
a story.
You'll always be our most important visitor, Lucy.
Sweet dreams, everyone.
Good night, Lucy.
It'll be all right.
Alexa, add Big Hairy
Look at poor Caillou. He's fallen off his bike. Let's find out how it happened, shall we? Today's story is called Caillou Hurts Himself. Caillou and his daddy were going for a ride on their bikes.
I was at a rally to...
Stanley, it's almost 8 o'clock. Where have you been?
This is gonna take a minute, Stan.
You sit on me. There's a remote on my...
Hey, tickling's my job. Good night, Mr. Spider. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Lucy!
Ah! Steve, you're doing it!
Yes? Hello, Mrs. Landis, would you...
Are you guys awake?
Grandma, this is dinner time, not story time.
Well, this is a story about dinner time and eating your vegetables. Back when Caillou was just 3 years old, he didn't like vegetables very much.
Okay, now lift your chin a little.
Well, I still think it's good.
That's one impression.
Thanks for the story. Good night.
Good night, Lucy.
This is a story of when Caillou went to the park with his grandpa, and he met a boy he didn't like. Or at least, Caillou thought he didn't like him. Caillou loved going to the park, and sometimes he got to make new friends.
And so we say goodbye to Walter Ellis.
Calm down, children, I'm here.
25 cents.
This is too much fun. Hey, I want to jump with Ribbit.
Good night, Lucy.
Good night, Ribbit.
Sweet! Nothing says American family like...
Okay, children, let's settle down.
Maybe my boys and I could take you to a ball game sometime.
I'm glad Ronald and the Tick-Tick Bird are friends again, though, and I'm glad you're all my friends. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Lucy.
Good night. It's creepy. It's just creepy. She knows everything I know.
Exactly what kind of...
Is everything ready?
Trick or treat! Trick or treat! Come on in, kids. I have a special treat for you. It's a story called Caillou Loves Halloween. Just look.
Mommy! There's something very...
Hey, baby, how are you?
Oh, so you...
Hey, honey, how'd the dance go?
I wonder if I'll have monkey lessons at school tomorrow.
Well, now it's time for a sleeping lesson, Lucy.
Sweet dreams, everyone.
Good night, Lucy. I was just a...
We hadn't told you about it, Stanley.
All right, I'll try them.
How about a story, kids?
Yay!
This story is called Caillou is Scared of Dogs.
I'm gonna build